on a show headlined by one of the most prominent and one of the best rivalries with so much potential for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Samoa Joe Swerve Strickland going at it on the microphone, getting physical, building up towards Dynasty. We had a tremendous matchup. The Battle of the Wills, Will Ospreay, Powerhouse Hobbs, Clash of Styles, and Will Ospreay obviously making it clear that he is the future of AEW. We got a shocking betrayal. I didn't see it coming. I expected something like this to happen one day. Obviously, not tonight. Trent Beretta turning his back on Orange Cassidy. At least that gives Cassidy quote-unquote blood feud to look forward to. We have something to look forward to as well for next week. Trent Beretta, his explanation, Chucky T going after him, trying to figure out what's going through his mind. Why did he betray Freshly Squeezed, the former international champion? Mercedes Moné making her intentions clear to go after the TBS title, which again, you already know my thoughts on that. She's a top star. She's one of the top stars, if not the top star in the women's division, so she should definitely be going after the top title in that division. And the top title in that division is, of course, the Women's World Championship held by Toni Storm. But we got Thunder Rosa in there instead. What else? A little bit of drama between Hook and Chris Jericho. Again, everybody sees the writing on the wall. Somebody's got to betray someone in this feud, in this rivalry between Hook and Chris Jericho. And I think it would be the very best intentions for AEW to move forward in terms of having Chris Jericho do the obvious, predictable turning on the young lion in Hook. Because the other way around, it just doesn't work. People don't want to cheer for Jericho. People don't want to boo Hook. But it's AEW. They don't really follow the norm. They go against the grain. And then we have the Young Bucks throwing in some shade at, they said scapegoat on TV. And I can only assume, that means Cody Rhodes, who recently appeared on Ariel Helwani's MMA Hour. But again, the biggest news coming out of tonight's edition of Wednesday Night Dynamite, a pretty damn good show, was of course the opening segment, the opening promo. Current TNT champion Adam Copeland goes out there and, for lack of a better term, does what WCW did in the past, what Ring of Honor did in the past, what TNA Wrestling did in the past, which is pat themselves on the back and give themselves a participation award. Trying to put over their company, which of course they have to do because they work there. So, at least from my point of view, doing that, wasting 8 to 10 minutes, maybe 12 minutes of your show on that makes absolute no sense to me. Because the show already caters to a hardcore wrestling audience. So, again, patting themselves on the back. If you're watching AEW, if you're watching Dynamite, you're watching because you want to watch it. You're watching because you already think AEW has made pro wrestling a better place. And make no mistake about it, it does. It has made pro wrestling a better place. Because it's another platform for wrestlers to earn a living and perform their craft and do what they love to do. Make no mistake about it, that's the case with every major pro wrestling company, hell, even the independents. But again, to do that on your A show, to do that on Dynamite, comes off as Bush League, and that's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. Just like I didn't like when CM Punk made his return to AEW, or return to pro wrestling with AEW all the way back in August of 2021, and he was taking shots at WWE, just like back in TNA when Mr. Anderson won the TNA World title. And the first thing he did was take shots at his former employer in WWE. I never like that. Because it also means that if you have to throw shade at someone, if you have to make it clear that you're competing against them, you're not in real competition. You don't actually believe the words coming out of your mouth, because you have to go out there and make it a point to everyone involved that, yes, we're competing with WWE, when in reality, you're kind of not. And Adam Copeland's promo, fantastic. Full of energy, full of pride. Probably not the right guy to go out there and say that, with him being less than a year with the company. I wouldn't have given that right to Bryan Danielson, not John Moxley, not Chris Jericho, no one. And those are some of AEW's biggest names. Again, it's a case of the wrong person at the wrong time. And again, this is a complete response to CM Punk and Cody Rhodes appearing on Ariel Helwani's MMA Hour and their experiences working at AEW. Again, if it had been one of the four pillars, if it had been a superstar that didn't have any history with WWE, maybe it might have made a little bit more sense. But again, to me, it just seems like they're patting themselves on the back. If anything, I would have much preferred if you're going to have somebody respond on TV, and it's not going to be one of your homegrown stars, one of your pillars, delivering this message. Instead of giving it to, yes, a veteran like Copeland, go out there and do your own dirty work. I mean, Triple H has done that sometimes on WWE TV. Tooted their own horn, alluded to WWE's success. Michael Cole has done it via commentary, but we haven't seen wrestlers go out there and defend their company as far as WWE is concerned. And again, they're the leader for a reason. They don't do that kind of Bush League stuff for their superstars in the middle of the ring. Again, it's WrestleMania season, so go figure. Again, like, they put a fantastic show on tonight, and the headline, at least for me, is the fact that Adam Copeland had to go out there and respond to CM Punk's comments on the MMA Hour. And again, that's disappointing. That's underwhelming. That's not what I wanted to listen to. Like, I was watching the segment and I wasn't thinking to myself, yeah, AEW, let's go. It's a pro wrestling company. Let's go. Let's make pro wrestling better. I was thinking, like, an entire segment that could have been used to further your stories, further a character. Give us a match. Give us a promo that actually involves how Adam Copeland is in a 6-man tag team match at Dynasty that means nothing, because it's a precursor to Copeland versus Malachi Black for the TNT Championship. And they just threw that match together. Why? To get Kingston involved some way, to get somebody else involved in that 6-man tag team match, to get them all involved in the pay-per-view card. And again, it doesn't make any sense. And again, it doesn't make any sense because Copeland is giving Penta a shot at the TNT title next week. And Copeland is giving shots after shots for the title. Here's an idea. Why not have Black versus Copeland at Dynasty? That's a much better matchup than a 6-man, throw together a 6-man tag. And I'm not excusing AEW on it, just like I'm not excusing WWE for doing the same thing with Lashley and the, what do you call it, the Testament thing, or Rey Mysterio's thrown together a tag team match at WrestleMania. That's not what you do, but again, it is what it is. That's how they choose to run their wrestling show. And again, I other than that initial segment, pretty damn good, entertaining episode of Dynamite. But again, it just wasn't the right thing to do. That's very much in the same league as AEW, TNA, WCW, any competitor against WWE. And it's a shame. So with that said, what are your thoughts? What do you think of Adam Copeland going out there And do you agree with me? Do you think it's more of a participation award, patting themselves on the back? Or do you agree with them? Do you think that AEW is for the better and that Adam Copeland and Tony Khan and whoever called for that segment was in the right? Leave your thoughts, comments, and predictions in the comment section below. With that said, I'm Alexis Carrillo. This has been Wrestling Talk. Stay tuned in to this Wrestling Talk YouTube channel because Thursday and Friday we have WrestleMania 40 predictions. We're just days away from the biggest show of the year. So with that said, I'm Alexis Carrillo. See you next time.